The Toronto Maple Leafs are focused on a clear mission ahead of the trade deadline, which ends on March 7th. General Manager Brad Treliving's primary goal is to strengthen the roster by acquiring a depth center, a move that promises to directly impact the team's performance in the second half of the season. Elliotte Friedman, a renowned NHL insider and analyst for Sportsnet, revealed key details about the strategy during his appearance on the Fan Hockey Show on Fan 590 Radio. Confirming rumors already circulating among fans, Friedman emphasized that the search for a center has been Treliving's priority since the start of the season. It's their main goal. I think throughout the season, this has been the priority. To find a center to add more depth to the roster, Friedman commented. Toronto has faced significant challenges this season, especially with injuries affecting the team. Auston Matthews, a central piece of the offense, remains sidelined. Although John Tavares has excelled in stepping up during Matthews' absence, the lack of consistency among the supporting cast has become apparent. This gap places additional pressure on Treliving to find a player who can bring balance and stability. Friedman also noted that while the defense has shown improvement and goaltenders Anthony Stolarz and Joseph, while provided reliability in the net, the offense still needs strategic adjustments. He mentioned the possibility of looking for a defenseman to pair with Morgan Rielly, but made it clear that this is not the top priority at the moment. Another important point highlighted by Friedman is that Treliving and his team are not only looking to strengthen the roster, but also ensuring that the investment is sustainable. If they are going to use assets to acquire a player, they would prefer someone with more term left on their contract, not just a rental for the end of the season, Friedman explained. This reflects a cautious strategy, given the team's limited cap space, just over $660,000 according to Puckpedia. Additionally, the Leafs are without their 2025 first-round pick, reducing their trade options. The Toronto Maple Leafs' decision to prioritize acquiring a depth center before the trade deadline seems like a logical approach, but it's filled with complexities. Looking at the current situation, it's easy to see why Brad Treliving is focusing his efforts on this position. Auston Matthews' absence has exposed what many already suspected. Behind our stars, there is a void that could be costly in the season's most critical moments. Of course, John Tavares has been outstanding in taking on greater responsibilities, but relying solely on him and Matthews when healthy is not a sustainable formula. This isn't just about talent. It's about how depth helps balance the lines and prevents overloading our key players. A reliable center for the third line, for example, could completely change the dynamic of the game and ease this pressure. What stands out most to me is the focus on finding someone with a long-term contract. This shows that Treliving is thinking beyond the season, which, in my opinion, is crucial for the team's success. How many times have we seen the Leafs invest in rental players who, while promising, didn't bring the necessary impact to justify the cost? Building something solid for the long term is the right path, even if it means sacrificing a bit in the short term. However, we cannot ignore the financial and asset limitations for trades. With little cap space and the lack of a 2025 first-round pick, Treliving will need to be creative. Could a smaller but smarter move bring the desired impact? Or is it time to take a bigger risk? Ultimately, the lingering question is, will this investment in a center truly take us to the next level? Or would it be wiser to bet on a defenseman to strengthen the partnership with Morgan Rielly? These decisions are complex, but what worries me most is time. Each game that passes without a reinforcement is a missed opportunity to build chemistry before the playoffs. With the team currently in second place in the Atlantic Division, behind the Florida Panthers, every move Treliving makes could shape the season's outcome. Is investing in a center really the best course of action? Or should Toronto prioritize other areas, like defense? Fans, we want to hear your thoughts. Who do you think would be the ideal addition for the Leafs? Should the team focus on long-term contracts or take a chance on a rental player? Share your comments below and join the conversation. After all, the decisions made now could be the difference between playoff success or another disappointing season.